What's up, guys? How is it going? Today we have another episode of the podcast, Slevtek's Roundtable, and we have a very special guest. He's been following me for quite some time. I actually didn't know he streamed until like 12 hours ago, but I absolutely wanted to have him on the podcast. BAGofDONUTSS, how you doing, man?
What's good, man? How's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing today?
I'm good. I just got off playing some Modern Warfare. I couldn't yesterday because the download thing kept messing me up.
Yeah? Like the 50
So that
gigabyte
special ops.
update? Or
It kept doing 72.
72 gigs?
I just left my thing on and I walked away from my system. See you later.
How long did that take?
Until I got home today, about
Really?
3-4 o'clock. I don't even know when it stopped, but I just let it go until I came home.
That's insane. What's the update on? Like,
It's
what
the
is it
special ops thing that they threw into it. It messed. They broke the game by putting. I don't know what they did, but my download just kept spinning where it would say Modern Warfare.
Yeah. Dude.
So then I couldn't play. I had to redo the 72 gigabyte thing and all that.
So how are you liking Modern Warfare though? Like for me, I know like either people love it or hate it. Where are you kind of at on that spectrum?
I love and hate every Call of Duty. It does not matter, and everybody knows that. Everybody knows that there's a love-hate relationship with Call of Duty. This is never right. This gets broken the next week. This is that.
Yeah. I
love Call of Duty. I started with Modern Warfare. It was actually an ex-girlfriend of mine. Her son was playing it. He just left the remote there one day, and was it 2000? I don't remember, 7 or 8. I don't remember when it came out. And I loved that shit. I just kept playing, and that was it. Modern Warfare 2. That was this. I just kept going with it.
How old were you in the first Modern Warfare? Like when you got your hands on it, roughly?
Holy shit! How old?
I'm trying to date you, bro.
You're trying to date me? Oh man!
Someone can take that out of context.
You better have flowers. You date me?
Oh my god!
I was, Jesus, late 20s.
Late 20s. Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Got you, man.
Yeah, I've been gaming since ColecoVision, man.
ColecoVision.
You don't even know that. See, it had paddles in a big square. It was like this. It was.
Was that Pong?
Atari had the square and the long stick, and ColecoVision had it looked like a flip phone, but it was no flip to it, and it had a circle like it did around.
Well,
and then it had Carnival on there, Donkey Kong.
Oh, okay.
Carnival was like, shoot the duck, tink, shit like that.
Gotcha. Huh.
And Donkey Kong.
Those are the two games that you got on that console. That's crazy, man. So, have you always kind of been a gamer, or?
Yes, always. From the first Nintendo on.
Yeah?
Yeah, first Nintendo on. I actually played the Japanese Nintendo before Nintendo came out a year before that. Because my friend was Japanese that lived down the block from me, and he had the red, the red, I don't know if you ever seen it, it's a red and gray, I forgot what it was called. But we would play that. We would play Mario, but I don't know what the hell they called it. All Asian writing on the game.
Could you like actually play it though? Like once you got the hang of it, I imagine.
Well, yeah, it looked just like how it looked.
Yeah.
Because they had the same. It was pretty much almost the same game. It's just you just jump.
But you didn't know it was the same game at the time, right? You just probably thought.
No, but yeah, because it never came out.
Game.
It was something new to me. Yeah.
Dude, so you're predated from like even people that played Mario. You got your hands on like the Japanese.
Yeah, I can run Mario 1 in like an hour and a
half. Dude, that's sick.
Super Mario Brothers, yeah, all the warps and everything. I'll be running. Yeah. I've been playing games forever. All the free lives and that. I can tell you where to go, where to jump.
Sure, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you've always been a gamer then, and you were just telling me before the podcast we talked a little bit that you're from Philly, right?
No, I am from New York City.
You're from New York.
Queens.
Oh, okay.
Queens.
But you live in Philly currently. Mets.
I live upstate from Philly. I'm about an hour and a half from Philly.
Oh, okay, I got you. But Queens.
I live in the mountains, Pocono Mountains.
Yeah, but Queens, man, let's go into that. I want to know your childhood, dude. I feel like you got some stories.
I got too many stories.
Okay, so let's look at little BAGofDONUTSS.
Little BAGofDONUTSS. Well, it's also a play on how bad I suck, so I get a bunch of zeros. BAGofDONUTSS. And then they would just, my name's Joe, so they call me Joey BAGofDONUTSS. I have so many names. Joey Bandana, Joey Easy. It just keeps going. You're never your regular name in the city.
For sure.
So that's what I picked because it just worked out.
So they called you even before you were playing, like just BAGofDONUTSS or just Donut or whatnot?
Well, no, there was more or less when I was more hanging out in the street. When I was younger, it was just Joe. Joey, my mother, Joe, this, that, sewer mouth. I have a bad mouth. One time I'm in the middle of the street and one of my neighbors are playing with his kid, and he didn't even come outside. He just screamed from inside his house because his swinging door was open. He goes, "Shut up, sewer mouth." And that was it. It was bad. It's bad.
So
I have a bad mouth.
how was it growing up in Queens? Like that was like in the 80s growing up?
Hey, yep. I was 79. I was born
Okay.
82 or 83. We moved to Flushing.
Yeah, and
I
you
lived there for about 16 years.
Flushing. So is that in
Yeah,
Queens
Flushing.
or
Flushing is like it's borderline Long Island.
okay?
You know, like you ever look at New York and then you see like how that little,
Little
the
strip.
little penis look part. Yeah, right there in the middle where it touches the state and the thing. That's New York City, and I'm right next to it, right before that
The
little penis starts. Yeah,
Dude,
that's where I grew up.
You got me rolling already.
That's what I do, man. It's just, I just got off stream. I had balloons laughing hysterical. And I was playing with Sir Camp a lot and Poj.
Dude, I love it, man. So how was growing up in New York in like the 80s as like a kid?
It was hard. It was hard. It wasn't. I was in a decent neighborhood, but everywhere you live around there, 10 blocks down the road, it gets worse.
Yeah.
So like, say my father, he lived in Ridgewood before he moved out up this way anyway. And beautiful. You could eat off the sidewalk, right?
Sure.
Then as you're walking 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks, the bags start flying around your legs, and there you are.
Yeah.
So you got all your good and your bad neighborhoods.
For sure, just like anywhere else. But when you think of
Yeah.
like New York,
I got beat up a lot. I was a short little fat thing as a kid. Well, I was skinny, and then I got fat.
Okay.
Then skinny, got fat.
Okay. All right.
I was always
Fluctuating.
You walk a lot. You walk a lot in the city. You don't get a car when you're 20, unless your family's rich or whatever.
Sure.
You got a good job. In 20 minutes, I'm in Manhattan from any borough anywhere, so it didn't matter anyway.
Yeah. So you took like the train a lot, like
yes,
places. Like that was like your main mode of transportation.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been on a train once in Switzerland, and I couldn't read anything.
You hate the 7 train. That thing goes right under the water, right under the Hudson.
Wait, they have a train that goes under the water?
Yeah, but you got to go under the water to get to Manhattan.
Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know, I'm from Arizona, the West Coast. We don't have any of that over here. And then I'm also from Puerto Rico. We definitely don't have any of that over there. So like the whole train system is just like foreign to me because like we don't have that. We have horrible public transportation in most of like the West Coast, but.
You don't mind about me, right?
Oh, they go for it. This is just a conversation, just us chilling, hanging out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But dude, that's crazy. So
even if you drive the Queens Midtown Tunnel or the Holland Tunnel, you're still going underwater.
Yeah. Can you tell you're underwater, or do you not really like know?
The Queens Midtown Tunnel needs upgrade. I can tell you that it hasn't been upgraded since like the 30s or 40s. You can see water sometimes, or like tiles falling down. Like, oh, please, just don't let this be it. Like just let me get to Manhattan right now.
Just this once.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. So did you learn how to fight growing up as a kid, or was it that rough?
Like I said, I got no, because in Queens where I grew up, it was very diverse. I had Korean friends, Japanese friends, like I said, Irish kids, Italian kids. It was very diverse, and there was a lot of bullies, a lot of, that sort of thing. I got my ass kicked. I'll let you know now.
Yeah.
I think I had my best friend, his name was TC. He would beat the shit out of me a lot. Like, not, like we were friends, but like if we were into a fight,
he was winning.
I was getting my ass kicked. There was no shorts on that one.
No shorts.
But now, no one can kick my ass now.
Yeah.
If they can take me, I'll give them $100. And I don't even know jiu-jitsu and
just learned over the years, yeah.
Oh, dude! When I first moved up here, right? Here's a story. I was with a girl. She's trying to make me jealous. She's in the bar, right? She starts getting up on this one guy, right? So I said, all right, whatever. I walked up to her. I was a little feeling. I had a couple shots. I mean, I just took the table and I just moved it. Both of them. I was like, screw you both. You could have them, I'm out of here. So the guy, I guess he must have knew something. So, but 10 people had to push me out of the bar. It was like a corner door bar. Like those 10 people just pushed me. That's all I remember because I go down the block. The guy comes out. He's like, yo, where you going? I said, all right, come down here, because I'm not going to approach him because I already know if I defend myself, I'm good.
Yeah.
So he comes down, and he goes to like hit me, but he smacks me and like tries to like do one of those gimme mines on my neck like that. Like I was like, what? And I went, bing! Just his glasses went in the dealership. I hit him twice more, and his friend had to pick him up, and he just dropped back down. So then I go walk to the Turkey Hill. That's like like a gas station with a lot of food and crap in it. And the cops come past. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get arrested. So I got my hand in because I got his blood on my hand. I got my hand in my. Sir, what happened? This and that. I tell him the story. He came back down to me. I didn't approach him. Yeah, I hit him. They go, what do you hit him with? I said, I hit him with my hand. Look. I go, why? He goes, because the ambulance is wrapping his head up right now. I was like, I don't believe him.
What do you want me to do about it?
Up here.
Dude.
I had to.
How old were you?
Late 20s.
Awesome, dude. I feel like nowadays you can't really get away with that.
You can't do that. No, hell no.
There's no way. There's no way you can do it.
You can push someone. I've seen someone get a ticket for giving someone the finger up here.
Really?
Through their screen window. Like that. Like pushed up against their screen. The cop went to their house, knocked on the door, say, here's a $50 ticket because you gave him the finger. I was like, what?
What's that citation, though? What's that citation
I know,
called?
I want to know.
I do, too. Oh, man. Disturbing the peace?
Yeah.
Like, what would
you're
that
in your own house. You can't, that means I can't say nothing in my own house.
Yeah.
That's kind of, infringing on my freedom there. What's up with that?
Dude, I feel like nowadays we're so politically correct that it's so aggravating at times, because you could say the truth, but people can like spin it and turn it and make it to like you're like an anti-feminist or whatnot, and it's just like you just don't know what to say, so like you just don't say anything,
And you know what's bad is that what we grew up with is a certain type of way of living, and what we say and what is not accepted today. A lot of it, you know what I mean. So it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So you got to even watch what you say, like even if that's what you used to.
Yeah, that's what you're like born and raised with.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, and I know that like there's certain like slang that like just for example that like the UK will use, like they'll drop the C word like it's like no tomorrow, like it's like a second thought. But then like they bring that over here, like especially like I'm sure you played with people that are from the UK or whatnot, and you're like, whoa, dude.
I played with Big Boss Dog and Sam and them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, if you ever heard Big Wells, you don't care.
Yeah,
he's like me. He's like the UK me.
Yeah,
I don't care.
But yeah, no, like you do that over here, it's so different, and I'm sure that it's very similar to that. Like I've even heard you like the past like 10 minutes say some things like like got the
but
shorts.
It just comes natural.
You got the shorts kicked off you or something, or beat off of you or whatnot. Like,
but I don't take no shorts.
What does that even mean, dude? I don't even know what that means.
I ain't taking a loss. I ain't taking a loss. Man, no shorts. Yeah.
So a short is a loss.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not like basketball shorts. It's like you're coming up short.
No. It's a literal. It's a loss.
Okay. Dude, I'm like.
It's a donut. It's a big fat donut that you don't want.
Oh my god.
Especially in the street.
Yeah. So how did your donuts name come about? You kind of like touched a little bit on it, but how did that? Like, how old were you? What were you doing? Was it video game related or was it?
It was not video game. It's street related.
Really? Okay.
Until I made it game related.
Okay. So what happened there?
Well, they would just call me that. It was like I said, they would pick it every day. I had a new goddamn name.
Yeah. But where did like donuts come from? Like why did they call you that? Were you like really?
A lot
donuts?
of people in New York City are called. If your name is Joe or Joey, you can get called Joey Bag of Donuts. Hey, yo, Bag of Donuts. What are you doing? It's kind of Italian.
Really?
In the street.
So it's like it's a common kind of nickname.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
So if I hope you know anybody that I know that's named Joey now is gonna be Joey Bag of Donuts.
Yeah, you're like, yo, Bag of Donuts. You're like, what are you talking about? Like,
you don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. It's a New York thing. It's a New York thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Unless
I'm trying to do the accent right now. Dude, I'm like embodying right now. This is crazy.
I do that to Wells. He goes, "Oh, you like making fun of my accent?" Just shut up, you gulp.
Dude, I wish I could do accents. Like I am like my accents are so bad they're funny kind of thing, you know. But like if you could do a spot on accent, dude, like Australian accent, ooh, that'd be dangerous. That'd be dangerous. I'd be getting a lot of ladies.
Yeah, how about what's happening there, man? That's crazy. That is nuts.
Do the fires?
I couldn't fathom. Yeah, I couldn't fathom that over here. Can you imagine over here? Well, California was getting that for a while.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, that's not in the news anymore, though.
Yeah, but then I mean, like, dude, there's been fires everywhere. Like, there's the one in Australia, which is horrific, but there's an even worse one, the Amazon jungle. You know what I mean?
Holy cow!
Like that, like the Amazon jungle is what produces. I think it's like 30% or something like that. Don't quote me on it. Of the oxygen in the world for the world. You know, it's the largest oxygen producer, and like 60% of it was on fire, and nobody was talking about it, but it like blew up on Twitter.
Yeah,
you know, I just
yes.
I don't understand.
Like, don't worry about it.
I don't understand this world that we live in now, man. I feel like times were simpler back. And I'm like, I was born in '96, but like I was raised with like an older mentality. Like my mom, she like her mantra growing up was, "Your mama didn't raise no bitch." You know.
Yeah.
My father wasn't around, so like she filled that card and then some. And so like whenever we had a problem, we would just duke it out. Can't do that nowadays. Even then, you couldn't really.
No, you cannot do that. We should have kumites. When you know when I don't know if you ever watched Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
Bloodsport.
Okay.
I had a lot of Koreans and Japanese around me, so right away.
You had what? You blocked.
Oh, we was all fighting in the yards and shit. Oh, it was crazy.
Did they know how to fight, or were you guys kind of just brawling?
Oh, dude,
or were they like some like Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee looking?
Dude, I've seen some kids get their ass kicked. Some kids I went to school with, man. I used to go to karate class. You're not supposed to. When you take that, you're really not supposed to use it.
Yeah, you actually kind of like get disowned if they find.
It's
out,
only right? It's only if it's for something. Like if you're getting bombarded, it out, you know.
Yeah.
But this dude, he roundhoused this guy, man. His chin went one way. Oh, it was ridiculous. Bad, very bad.
That's insane.
I grew up around a lot of gangs.
Gangs,
like
like mafia though, because like gangs over here are so different than what like New York gangs are.
Well, my father kept it hush hush, but when I found out after he died that he would do like you know how Rocky is. He go and collect the money, and you got the fucking money.
Yeah.
No, you don't got it.
The bruiser.
He was like low level enforcer. Yeah, grab money.
Really?
That's another.
Are you Italian?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm Italian and German and Irish.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So did you like fit in growing up though with like the Italians, or because you weren't like full Italian?
Well, yeah, my life was mainly Italian. Like we Italian. We did like the dinner on Sunday, Nonna with the roast beef, and Uncle John cutting it with the the electric knife, shit like that. But yeah, my mother's side, it was more like
she's the German
just
Irish,
my grandmother.
Right? Your mom's side?
Yeah, well, my mother's mother was born in Austria, but they speak German. Deutschland, the whole. And I still have family in Berlin and stuff. I talk to them on Facebook and shit.
Gotcha. Dude, that's pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah.
So growing up,
I want to go there eventually.
Oh, you haven't been to Germany yet?
No, I haven't been out of. The closest I've been is up in Canada.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I've been to Switzerland. My buddy, like one of my like closest real life friends, got married, and he's from Switzerland. Got there. Wow. That's actually how I got into ballroom dancing, because I took some lessons because I knew it was gonna be like a ballroom kind of like a white gala event.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it was dance professionally for years. Even though you ask me now, I still don't feel like I know how to dance. I just bullshit my way through it, dude. Honestly, it's just learning like the steps and the equation, and then like you can just kind of go, you know. But.
Yeah, well, if you bullshit it, you should see me dance. And I ain't as limber as you with 1,000 push-ups.
Oh, dude, I haven't talked about that to anybody on the podcast yet. Dude, okay, so I don't want to talk about myself too much, but for those who don't know, we had an amazing stream on a Saturday stream. It was a supporter Saturday, but it blew up. I've never had an experience like to me, or like I've never seen somebody else like live have it happen to them.
Yeah.
But we had over 100. We had 105 gifted subs in less than 3 hours. It was insane to me. And on my stream, I have a thing that I do where I do 10 push-ups per follow, subscriber, or like if you watch for so long, you can redeem points for push-ups.
Yeah, the points.
And the realization came real quick that I was gonna have to do 1,050 push-ups, and I was like, I don't have time for this because like I was at a swim meet that weekend too. Yeah. So I was like, all right, guys, Tuesday we're gonna have a push-up stream, and we're gonna do all 1,000 push-ups or whatnot, 1,050. And sure enough, Tuesday comes along, and we start banging it out, and it was tough, dude. I completed the 1,050, but it was the rally of just the community and the support that we got during it. Like I held like 25 viewers the whole time. It was insane to me, and it was cool, man. I haven't seen anybody do something like that, so it was cool to experience it and be the person to do it. But also, I couldn't feel my everything after that. Like 2 days.
That's right. If I try that, I do like 5, and then whoever's watching, the 2 people watching me, will probably have to call the ambulance. I'd have to sit there screaming my address on the floor.
Dude, you need to get life alert, bro.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I love it. But yeah, man. So you've been streaming. We talked a little bit in March, right? That's when you started?
March, April-ish.
Okay.
Last year.
How'd you get into that, or like what kind of got you into it? What's your story?
I was talking to one of these people out here, one of these guys I know, do like a podcast. I was saying like maybe we should just do a podcast and just fuck around because we're always talking shit anyway, you know?
Yeah.
And kind of like a couple, like you said, how you had you, him, and them, and you guys did the podcast.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, I'm gonna get the shit anyway. And then I was on YouTube. I started watching the streamers, and I was like, what the fuck? I mean, like, I love playing games. I love talking to people because usually I'm in something else talking to someone.
Sure.
So I was like, let me try it out. And after that, I was hooked, you know?
Yeah.
And after that, it was, I'll buy this week. You know, I got this that week, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And do you work as well?
My PlayStation Pro, Giggles and everybody know, my PlayStation Pro came from a meth head. I got that for $200.
From a meth head?
Yes, brand new.
Was it brand new? Was it still in the box?
It wasn't because of that though. It was because he what was it? He did a raffle and he didn't know what he had, and he wanted quick money. And I said, "Well, I got $200."
Is it a Pro?
Yeah, it came brand new in the box.
Got a good deal.
My remote just started giving. Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. Not to say, you know, hey. I got it where I can get it. It wasn't Facebook Marketplace, but still.
Yeah. So run me through that story then. How does one get in contact with a crackhead to get a PlayStation?
Well, no, I used to work with him.
Ah, okay. So you kind of knew him.
And I knew what he was about, you know, and it was like, well, you know, I got this. I won this today. He messaged me. I was like, well, how much you want for it? There you go. Boom. I take it.
Huh.
Hey, look, man, what you going to do is what you're going to do. I ain't someone that tells someone not to do something.
For sure.
I know myself not to do it.
Exactly.
I'm living my life. You're living your life. Yeah. My dad's dead. Ain't no one telling me what to do.
Right.
So.
Definitely. I haven't had somebody tell me.
You see what I mean?
5 years. Yeah. And it's a great feeling, though, you know?
Yeah.
Not be told. And I also love, like, streaming what I kind of pursue most besides, like, building a community is like my own like personal freedom, you know, and that's what kind of streaming or like being a content creator. You work for yourself. You don't have to answer to anybody. You don't have to be under like somebody's umbrella, you know, where they control whether or not you do something or whether or not you have a livelihood. You know, I like having that kind of control on my own.
Yeah, I also like the thumbnail making from it. I love because I used to draw as a kid.
Okay.
A lot. And I would, I started doing like while I was doing videos and stuff. This is so cool. So I started asking everybody, "Can I make it?"
Yeah.
I was just,
hold on, you're cutting out a little bit.
Love to make them.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, so we're good. We're back. But you were talking talking about the thumbnails, and you were asking everybody to do thumbnails. Like you loved that creative aspect.
Yeah, because I like, you know, I was like, oh, wow, I can do this. My brother's a graphic designer, actually. But I don't do any of that. He actually went through everything and all that.
Okay. But so how did you like draw as a kid, or what kind of got you into that?
Yeah, Spider-Man, Looney Tunes, all that stuff, man. I was drawing regular figures in like kindergarten. Like the teacher couldn't even figure it out how I was doing it. Like I just loved it. I'm a left-handed though, but I saw my hand lays down
You're left-handed?
on the paper.
Me
Yeah,
too, man. Crazy. I'm
yeah.
left-handed because I cut off my right, like, I cut off my finger on my right hand. I had it in a cast for like 9 months when I was like 3, 4.
You cut it off.
Yeah. Just the tip.
Is it back on?
Just the tip. So for those that are in the
Oh,
audio
okay.
experience, sorry you can't see this. Is it back on? You saw me do 1,000 push-ups, bro. You think you'd see if I didn't have a finger?
You don't need 5 fingers to push up in one hand.
But you'd at least see one like I'm like Yakuza or something.
Oh, man.
But no, I don't know if you can. It's hard to see probably on camera, but you can probably see like a line right there. On there for those who are in the audio experience. Sorry, you're gonna have to miss out. But it's just like
you gotta win those. Yeah.
It's about ½ an inch. I tried to cut an orange and failed, and it like cut. It was completely off. So my mom, it was like hanging by a strand. But it was like completely detached. So they like put it in a bag of ice. They rushed to the hospital, and they were fortunate enough to.
I did that working at a bagel shop.
Really?
Yeah, I even got the mark here if you can see it.
No.
You see all?
What am I looking at?
Anyway, I went to cut a bagel.
That looks like that like tiny like penis. That looks like that tiny penis shape in New York, bro.
If it was like this.
Oh, I love it. So what'd you end up doing?
But I stuck my finger in the bagel too far. Like I wasn't supposed to put it in the hole. Like anyway. But I cut it and it just kept going.
So like there's a bagel cutter or like what's the what?
No, we didn't have bagel cutters then. This is
you put your hand in the hole.
He's dating me now.
I'm confused, man. I'm trying to understand what's going on.
Knife. It was a big bread knife.
Oh,
I was cutting a bagel.
Oh, okay.
And my finger was in the hole when it shouldn't have been. And I pushed it back and I taped it up, and that was it. That was the doctor.
Valuable life lessons. Don't put your finger in the hole, guys.
Do not.
Put your finger in the hole. You heard it here first.
Sometimes it bites back.
Oh man, dude, that's crazy. So, did you enjoy growing up in Queens, or do you wish you kind of had a different experience?
If I can afford to go back to New York City, I would.
Yeah.
Yes,
what do you like the most, or what do you like most about being in New York?
Convenience.
Everything's kind of there.
Everything down the block, you got everything.
Yeah.
Over here, I gotta drive 5 miles to Walmart or some other place.
What made you move to an hour and a half outside of Philly?
Well, my parents split, and my father did my mother wrong a bunch of times. So when she found someone that she liked, she was like, "Is it okay?" I said, "Yeah, go ahead. Why are you gonna stay here miserable?" You know.
Yeah. And she moved.
So a couple of years passed, and I just came up, to live with her. I was helping her out, and I did my own thing. I got out and got my own thing. Sure. And then that's just mama's boy. Actually, love my mother.
I'm right there.
She's like my best friend.
I'm right there with you, man. My father wasn't around all that much growing up, and so
my father was a good provider. He wasn't a great father.
Dude, the same. My father paid the bills. I credit him that 100%. But he did not raise me, or he did not have a part in like who I am currently today. So that's actually really fascinating.
I actually do the opposite of what he would ever do all the time. Like, I would think, well, what is he doing? What would he do? Well, I'm gonna do this.
Dude, that's like, honestly, you're kind of shaking me up right now, because I legitimately live my life like I can't wait to be a father. I can, first of all, wait to be a father. I just want to put that out there. Okay, but
how old are you?
I'm 23.
Wait till you're early 30s.
I'm looking at like 30 is when I'm looking to like
enjoy your 20s.
Yeah.
The one thing for me in New York City, watching everybody lose their teens to having children and all that's such a life lesson. I did not do that.
Yeah, 100%.
I waited.
You enjoyed yourself.
I loved my 20s.
Yeah.
I loved
you had a good time.
Yeah, I did, dude. I did.
But yeah, no, my father, I can't wait to be a father so that I can be the father that like I never had. you know, and like that's how like when
That's what I do now.
Yeah. Do you have kids?
Yeah, I have a 6-year-old. He's gonna be 7 in April, named Jaden Joseph.
Okay.
I wouldn't give him my namesake, you know, because
Bag of donuts.
I don't want to have that
Joey,
problem.
bag of donuts.
That's little JJ.
Okay.
I always pass him and go Dynamite. You wouldn't know that. That's an old show too.
Dude, no, I've heard of it.
But
I don't know too much about it.
Yeah, that was his slogan.
Yeah.
In the show.
Dynamite.
Yeah, Dynamite.
I got you.
But anyway, I also just had my wife just had my other son Jackson Xavier.
Okay.
He's going on. He was born in October.
3 months?
I think 14 months. No, of last year.
Oh, okay.
14 months.
So he's walking around.
He's just learning how to walk now. Yeah, he's getting up, walk a little, gets on his ass, gets back up.
How is it being a father, man? Like, it's like
I wouldn't give it up for the world.
How old are you now? You're 30.
I'm 40 on the button.
40 on the button. Okay. So, dude, like, how is that? Like, I've always like wondered. Like, you kind of like guess what it's like, but was it kind of what you expected, or was it so different?
It was all the time. It was you're scared to have kids and you want to have kids at the same time. You know what I mean? You don't want to fuck up. You don't want this. You don't want to set the wrong examples and whatnot. And you as a parent, you fuck up too. It's not gonna be roses all the time.
Yeah, just as long as you don't kill them.
Yeah, as long as you don't kill them, and you always let them know you love them.
Yeah.
No matter what they do, you always got their back.
Yeah. What's the hardest part about being a father that's present in their kid's life?
The hardest part?
Yeah. For you, at least.
I really don't have any hard parts. I guess the way it's not. What's the hard part? Getting my kid to stop being so spoiled. Because I give him what I couldn't have.
Yeah.
Like my son, he's 6 years old. He plays GTA.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I tell him he can't do the missions. He can drive the cars and hit the people. That's it.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
But I found him recently doing a mission. As you know what I mean. It was one of the missions. He saw something he shouldn't have seen, and he don't play GTA no more. But he loves playing. He's got his own system. He's on my old name.
Okay.
He plays on my old name on PlayStation.
Gotcha, man.
He plays Mafia. He plays Just Dance. He's a gamer too. Yeah. It's only one. He loves electronics like me. I love electronics, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
I just seen that new Samsung Fold. I want it just because it's that.
One that folds in, like the LED screen that folds.
And then I'm thinking in the bathroom, like, what about in a couple months when the thing gets all disgusting looking? Exactly. But you just want it because it's so freaking cool.
It's so cool. Like you never imagined that being a thing, Yeah, dude, I'm right there with you. For me, I like the here and now, If I see something I like, I want to go out and buy it, and that's my biggest downfall. And I've had to learn to combat it, by putting in barriers to prevent me from doing it. But
my wife's favorite word to me is no, because I'm like, look, come on, can I just get it? No, it's not. You're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
But
so you've been playing Call of Duty since 2007. Before then, you said you've kind of always been a gamer. What were you kind of gaming on before you found COD?
Oh God, are you kidding me?
So you hit all the old game system.
Resident Evil, yeah. Oh Jesus Christ. There was this one game, I forgot the name of it. Oh, you ever play N2O? That's like a druggy game. It's called N2O for nitrous oxide. And it's a very trippy game. I think you can get the emulator on the computer and all that. But it's a whole bunch of different things spinning this way and that way. And you're like this little ship you got to go in. It's crazy, dude. That I love to play. I love to play Crazy Taxi.
Okay.
Me and my mother used to play Crazy Taxi. We used to do the long jump.
Dude, that was like
my mother was a gamer.
That was an arcade game though, first, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember playing that at the arcade. I'm not that old, but there's still arcades and bowling alleys. Get off me, guys. Okay. But that was a fun game. I love the wheel, you just go crazy, literally Crazy Taxi.
Cruising USA.
Yeah.
I know you've seen that in the arcade.
Yeah.
Played that Kung Fu. I loved playing Kung Fu. Akari Warriors, Contra.
Okay.
A whole bunch of them.
Did you play 007 GoldenEye?
All the Super Marios. I'm sorry.
Did you play GoldenEye? 64?
No, that's what. See, that I didn't play.
What?
When I got into like first person shooters, when I played that Modern Warfare.
Really? So you weren't like a first person shooter?
I never,
by trade.
not at all. It was just
So no Doom, none of that. Quake.
No, I didn't even like Doom. I didn't like the way it looked.
Yeah.
Doom to me back then looks like Minecraft now.
Dude, but Minecraft's fun, man.
I can't. It hurts my eyes. I'm old.
You're a creative person, though, right? Like you can.
I know.
Like,
my son was just down there creating things. He plays it.
Yeah.
He plays it. I got it for him. He's like, look, I got bees following me. They're my pets now. I go, what are you talking about? Look, they're having babies. He goes, like, oh, please.
Birds and the bees conversation, man. Coming up at 6.
Oh God.
But
that's the one thing I dreaded having if I were to have a girl.
Oh, dude.
I'd rather high five them than have to scold them. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm not being rude. I'm
just saying. Dude,
he will know the right way, though.
So there's a saying that if this is definitely not going to be a piece of stream. I love it because like the podcast.
I'm sorry.
No, that's not you. Like the same thing with Savage and a couple of others. Like this is a conversation. I don't want anybody to have to feel like they are filtering themselves. You know?
Yeah.
And I want it to be organic. But there's a saying that if you have a boy, you only have to worry about one dick. If you have a girl, you have to worry about every dick. You know,
pretty much. and that's, of course, I would love to have a girl, but I wouldn't want that burden.
I don't know how I would handle it, man.
I'd kill him.
I would be in prison if I had a girl.
Yeah.
Like without a shadow of a doubt. Like I genuinely think that if somebody were to do something to that child, like oh my God, I would pull like a law-abiding citizen. Did you ever watch?
I'd be like, what? He's not taking you to the restaurant?
Yeah.
What? He's not taking you?
Let's
there?
go. Let's go.
We're gonna talk.
Yeah, exactly.
You kidding me?
Yeah. Have you ever seen Law-Abiding Citizen?
I did, but I don't remember it.
It's with Gerard Butler.
I know it was Gerard Butler and Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
I know that.
And like Gerard Butler.
I do watch a lot of movies too.
So. Like I'm a movie buff. TP, if you're watching this, bro. TP was talking about. Do you know TP Coder, right?
No, is that the one on?
No. But he's a viewer of mine, and like me and him were talking one time, like because I like to play with some people off a stream. Like I can't play with everybody, but if you frequent my stream and you put in the time, then like when I'm not streaming, I'll play. I want to at least like get some one-on-one. You know, better know my. But we were talking about like movies, and I did a video where I recreated the James Bond intro on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
it was a lot of fun. But the thing was, I didn't have any pants on, and I was in the middle of the mall, so I looked like I was dressed up as James Bond, head to toe. But I just didn't have any pants on. And what the best part was, is I had like these like sock garters that would like hold your socks up, and they looked like so good.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So I recreated that, and like that's a series that I want to kind of start doing, where I recreate movie scenes. Yeah. The only difference is I'm in a public place and I don't have any pants on. You know.
That's almost like the dude that puts the fart thing in his butt and walks around.
Yeah, like,
you ever see that on Facebook? And like they're eating.
Yeah. Dude, I'm like useless knowledge up here, man. Completely useless knowledge.
Shit.
But he was talking, like I was looking at doing the Indiana Jones. You know when like the dude's like doing all the like crazy sword moves and they just goes and shoots him.
Yeah, then he pulls out the gun.
I want to recreate that, like verbatim. But I just don't have any pants on. You know, I think it'd be funny. But he asked.
What does he die from, though? What does he die from? The bullet or the shock? You know, like
right.
You'll never know.
Exactly. But he had asked me. He's like, you know why they shot it that way? I was like, yeah, because he was sick that day. You know, so they were supposed to have a fight scene on set, but Harrison Ford was like really sick with the flu or something, and so he just went and shot him real quick. They like redid it, and like that's the reason why. And he's like, "How did you know that, man?" I was like, "Dude, I got like useless knowledge. Just I'm great at trivia, dude. You ever want to win a trivia like at game night or whatnot?
Yeah,
man." But
did you watch any of the new movies that came out? The what do you call it? The Irishman on Netflix.
Oh, Irishman, yeah.
Did
you like it?
A lot of that was filmed in my neighborhood.
Really?
In the city, yeah.
Like where you grew up or currently?
Like you know when the guy comes out and he comes to give him the gun and he goes, "You tell him to come back to me."
Yeah.
Make sure he says, "My mom's dead. I have to go to a funeral or something like that." That's in Ridgewood. That's down the block from where he's saying. You know.
That's crazy. So you like saw and like recognized those places watching that movie.
You know, you ever watch A Bronx Tale?
I think a long time ago.
You gotta watch that then. Yeah. Well, that was not even filmed in the Bronx. It was filmed in Queens and Astoria. And the church that the guy runs past, he's like, "Oh, I owe you money or whatever." He's like, "Oh, I'll see you later." That's where I had my dad's funeral, my grandmother's funeral. I used to go there as a kid.
Really? So is that crazy though?
Yeah.
Kind of. Because like for me,
yeah, when you go back and you watch the movie,
yeah.
you're like, damn, you know.
Yeah, like for me, like nobody makes movies in Arizona. Like I'm not saying that's my street that I grew up on. You know what I mean? But growing up in like Queens, it's so prominent in kind of movie culture. You know, with like mafia and like kind of stuff like that. Is that kind of cool? Like having that aspect that like you kind of resonate with it even more. I could imagine.
Well, where I was living at on some time in Middle Village, that's when Gotti died. Gotti's buried in Middle Village. Okay. They had the helicopter his coffin down just so no one, you know, would see it or like try to mess with it.
Really?
Yeah. Vinny the Chin Gigante, I used to see him walking down Metropolitan Avenue talking crazy because he had to play the role of talking crazy.
Who's that guy?
Because they were trying to indict him. Vinny the Chin Gigante. If you go back and do your history and all that, he's one of the bosses. I forgot which family though. Yeah.
So you saw a lot of that growing up then, or like you were present.
Well, I was older then. I wasn't as much as a kid. I was in my early 20s.
Yeah. So how was that kind of growing up inside of that? Like, because like for so many people that weren't born in New York or in that like kind of metropolis like area, how is it like when you know like this dude's like killed somebody? You know, like the mafia, who's who.
Oh yeah, well you know you get it. Yeah, but you got to tread lightly. You don't even know that you know. You know what I'm saying? Or you just play like, you know.
But are you friendly
you see
with
him in the street, you walk the other way. Well, yeah, hey, how you doing? This and that. I've known a couple people here and there, you know. I'm not gonna, you know.
For sure.
But it happens, you know. Sometimes things happen.
Have you ever seen anything? Blink twice.
Oh man.
Again, audio experience. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, the worst. The worst thing I don't know. I want to tell you. Well, I was banned into drugs, but I'm all out of that now. I haven't done that in forever. Yeah. But it's really. I'm surprised I can walk away because my family has a tendency, you know, like be an alcoholic. Or, yeah. I've been in rooms with bricks of white and just like nothing. I walk into a room and there's a brick on the coffee table, someone playing Xbox. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You know? I mean, I've seen my friends' mothers cut lines out, it's crazy. It's a whole different life, especially when you're in the city. You don't know what you're gonna walk into ever.
Yeah.
It's all a surprise. You never know what's gonna happen. So unless you know that this kid's really wholesome, he ain't gonna do anything. Or this is a kid I'm gonna go have beer with. What else is gonna happen?
Yeah. But one thing for me, I don't know if you know this about me, but I used to work on private yachts, Bahamas. And
oh wow, really?
Yeah, so
my cousin's sister was on that one of them shows. Yes, she was the blonde lesbian. From you know what I'm talking about? See. Jennifer, yeah, that's my. Well, I don't know if you can call her half cousin.
Which is how you said that. She's the blonde lesbian.
Well, I don't know what else you want to
say.
No,
dude, I love it. It's blunt. It's perfect. I love it, dude.
She is. It's what she is. She likes that.
Yeah. I mean, to each their own.
My brother's gay. I just thank God that it skipped me. That's all. I like other things.
Right? I feel you, man. I feel you. But yeah, dude, that was crazy because they filmed kind of like that's what I did on the boat is I was the deckhand. So I don't know if you've seen the show, but I'm sure you understood what it does. Like you're essentially the monkey. They tell you to jump and you jump.
Yeah. How high?
Exactly. But there was technically this didn't happen, so just letting you guys know this isn't a real story because I signed a certain piece of paper that said I wouldn't.
There you go.
But we had you know what? Actually, I can talk about this just as long as I don't name the person.
Exactly.
So we had a very prominent rapper on our boat for about a week.
Gotcha.
You know, and during that, something that people don't know is in the Bahamas, at least the boat that I was on had a connection with the police chief in the Bahamas. And so we would give him a ring up, you know, if we had a
Yeah.
certain person that was into certain things, and essentially you'd pay him off, and you'd give him an undisclosed amount of money.
Yep.
And if you ever got in trouble, you had his number, and you would call him, got into any sort of trouble, and you were off the hook. You know?
Yeah, and yeah, that's kind of like half my childhood. My father always got me off the hook.
Exactly, right? Exactly. And so what happened was,
and I never knew why,
yeah,
but now I know.
Now you know. But what happened was, is we had them on, and dude, it was like something out of a movie. Like you saw like white substance on like every end table in the living room, you know, and it's not just like a little bit; it's like a legit mound, and it's just so like it was so crazy. That charter. I actually became the bartender on the boat because it's so hard for me not to say the name, but the person that we had on, the stewardess, which is probably what like your girl was, Jennifer.
My half cousin.
Half cousin, yeah. She lied on a resume, or they call it the CV, that she could bartend. She lied. She was the only. It was like it was a 112-foot yacht, so it wasn't like a massive yacht, but it was a smaller crew. They only had one stewardess. You know. So the person, like, she tries to make him like a margarita or something, and like completely biffs it. He throws the drink at her, like legitimately at her, and just like, what is this shit? Da, 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 like throws it at her, and like she crumbles, dude. Like completely just falls, like breaks composure. She's down in the crew's quarter, just destroyed. She's out of commission for that, like that day. You know, and so the captain brings me into like the captain's quarters, and he's just like, he gives me this book. It's like, it was bartending 101, and he was like, here, you're the bartender now. And at that time I was 19. I was the youngest one on the boat, and I'm like, dude, make someone else do this. Like, I'm the youngest person here. He's like, but you're good with people. Like, figure it out. And I was like, okay. So I go up to the person. I'm like, look, threw that drink in that girl's face. She is downstairs crying. I'm not saying you're wrong. In fact, I respect it. I've been wanting to do that for the past 2 months. Thank you.
I wasn't drinking that either.
I didn't like that girl at all for various reasons. But I was like, I don't know how to make drinks. I got a book. I will try and figure it out. I can guarantee you by tomorrow I can make you some good drinks. But for tonight, I can pour you some whiskeys. Like, all right, young blood. I respect that. And me and him were cool after that. Dude, I was like, I gotta like ride jet skis with him. He like took me everywhere. It was dope.
Wow, that's cool.
It was a lot of.
That's definitely cool.
I'll tell you who it is after the podcast.
Yeah,
but
no doubt.
It's somebody that everybody knows. It's a common household. But it was cool. It was a lot of fun to experience that. But it's also crazy because I came from like a very sheltered life. Like I'd never saw drugs or anything like that. And to see like a mound of it was just insane, man. I've got some more stories about other stuff. Well, not like other stuff, but like related to like some sketchy situations. Like I was 19 and stupid. I never partook in it, but like there's stories based around it, you know, that I'm just like, looking back, I would have done things different. I never got in trouble or anything like that, but when you're just around it, you know, you're guilty by association.
Oh yeah, of course. When I said, I walked in, that thing was on the coffee table. I didn't know that thing was going to be there.
Right? Yeah, you just probably were going over to play Nintendo.
We were all getting together. We were just all going to go out into Manhattan.
Yeah.
This dude sitting there shaving a brick.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ.
So what's the number one thing that you do in like New York? You know, like when you want to go out with like your buddies.
Okay, here's
what do you do?
The biggest misconception. When you come from New York, you don't go to the Empire State Building. You don't go to any of the tourist spots. You definitely stay away from Times Square.
Sure,
a lot of the times you were like, oh, we'll just stay around the neighborhood, smoke blunts, and
yeah. But if you were going out, what would you do?
Oh, what would I do?
The night out on the.
We go to a lot of arcades. What else do we do? We drive around. We look for girls. There's actually oh man, Fast and the Furious. That's actually based on where a lot of the Italian kids used to hang out in my neighborhood in Flushing. It's called Francis Lewis Boulevard, and they used to drive up and down the boulevard looking for girls. All these, juiced up Guidos and their juiced up cars and stuff. That's where the first one
was filmed,
originated from. No, it wasn't filmed there. Like they got the story,
they got the
like
idea?
for muscle car. Yeah,
really. Where was that part at?
It's Francis Lewis Boulevard. It's right there, like I said, in the cusp between Long Island and New York.
Sure.
Right where I live.
Is it still kind of like that, or has it dissipated over the years?
I don't know. I haven't lived there in a long time, but it went from when my sister was older than me, and my sister would go. That's when Italian girls would poof their hair like this in the '80s and crap like that.
Sure.
Look for Guidos. They call them Guidos and shit.
Huh.
Yeah, that was a spot. I used to go to clubs when I was 13. Are you kidding me? I saw the Notorious B.I.G. and Mary J. Blige on the dance floor, a little bigger than my room in here.
Really?
Yeah, I was young then.
B.I.G., dude?
It's a good time. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. That was awesome. Mary J. Blige. That's when she came out with Real Love, and he had the remix.
Yeah.
When he did that. Yeah, like the third verse was him.
I'll have to listen to it. I'm sure I got heard it by name.
You'll probably YouTube it eventually. Yeah. It's a good song. But anyway, yeah, I've done that. A lot of clubs. It was a club scene then when I was growing up.
Yeah. I think it's still kind of like that nowadays.
Yeah, but it's more, the city's more hippie-ish now. And more gentrified in places they weren't before.
Yeah.
Like a lot they're working on like the projects. A lot of the projects are by the water, so they're trying to make that into like lofts and waterfront properties and stuff like that. Making more money off of yeah.
And like people like that, like they call it the hipsters. They like kind of have living in that grungy.
No, they like that because it revitalizes the neighborhood, but then again, it leaves off the people that used to live there.
Exactly. Yeah.
They gotta find they're pretty much kicking you out.
The old bagel shop is now turned into a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's a show called Shameless. Have you ever seen Shameless?
Oh, you kidding me? I love that show. That's my family.
Yeah.
I swear to God, you don't understand.
That's awesome. But there's a part where Fiona buys the laundromat and then they try to sell it because they're trying to clear the block for new development and all that.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's that,
Exactly. Exactly.
I totally understand.
On the button there.
So, dude, because we got to wrap this up a little bit. It's coming up on an hour, dude. Time is flown by.
Yeah.
But you stream Blackout, right? Or no, you used to, but now you.
I play Blackout sometimes. I switch between that, and I suck at Blackout.
Okay.
But I'm more better in Modern Warfare.
Are you only streaming Modern Warfare, or do you play some other games? Because you weren't.
I play Rainbow Six Siege.
Okay.
I haven't played in a while, but I'm getting back into it. On my old name, I'm level 140, and on this name, I'm level 30.
Okay.
So I just started over again.
Gotcha. So are you only
that I like? That's like Search and Destroy on steroids.
Dude, I love Search and Destroy.
Yeah, Rainbow Six Siege is like that on steroids.
I never got into it because I felt like it would mess with my Call of Duty skills.
Mm-hmm. I actually when I was playing I forgot which Call of Duty it was, and then that came out. I got that. I loved it because you had the little race car cameras and shit. You drive around and find people and shit. so I was like, oh, that's so cool! I can't wait to get that game. And I just dropped Call of Duty for 3 years.
Really?
And I just played that exclusively.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So now you're kind of just are you only playing first-person shooters, or do you still kind of play those other games that you kind of like?
I haven't found a game that I like that in a while. Like something to grind, like The Division. I hated The Division. I hated it because if you didn't get it right from the get-go, you were dead in the dark zone or whatever they called that.
Yeah.
There was some people so way ahead of you. It didn't matter what you got. They were always going to be ahead of you.
Yeah. No, I remember watching the trailer for that and that it was cool, but never got my hands on it personally. There was some problems with it at the release, and so I just kind of wrote it off.
And I bought Black Ops last Christmas. Not this one, the one before. I guess right after it came out, it was cheaper, and I got it then. But I smashed on multiplayer. I suck at Blackout.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm pretty much the meat shield. as you say.
Bag of donuts, man. Joey Bag of Donuts.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I get zeros.
What's your schedule look like? How often do you stream?
I try to stream 3-4 o'clock after I get out of work.
Eastern time?
Sometimes I can't. Yeah, it's pretty much any day. I don't have a set day yet anyway. But I usually come on 3-4 o'clock. 2, 3, 4 hours. I like to go longer, but then I gotta sleep to wake up early again for work.
So. What do you do for work?
Plus, I'm a security guard.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. So you're able.
I am a glorified receptionist because I do not do security. I'm answering phones. I'm watching trucks and trucks.
But you're able to watch YouTube while you do it. I mean, you're definitely not watching anything. You're very vigilant.
I have a throne in the desk and people walk into me. That's what it really is.
I got you, man. Well, dude, honestly, thank you so much for coming on. This conversation was great. I feel like I learned so much about like New York and some cool stories. I feel like I got to know you a little bit. Joey Bag of Donuts. I know what that means now. I'm getting cultured, man. This is great.
There you go.
Dude, we have to get some.
And you have to go to the city.
Dude, I want to so bad.
Definitely, man. You can carry me to some of my wins.
Yeah.
I know I got some wins, but I don't know where I got them from. I play a lot of Alcatraz more because it's more like it's more close. Yeah. Instead of me having to run through the, like the sound of music to find somebody, someone's gonna come eventually around the corner. I can kill.
I just want to play with you so I can record what you say while you play. I'm gonna be.
Yeah, a lot of people laugh when I talk.
Oh, dude, I love.
I used to play with Gigglebox. I used to play with. I used to go to collect the paint cans in Alcatraz. I used to have to watch.
Yeah, you were a bodyguard, right? That's what you were saying.
You forgot about me?
Oh, dude, I absolutely love it. Miss G is an absolute sweetheart.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's a good girl.
It's so cool, man, to be able to do this podcast and meet the people that are inside the community that also stream. Like now I feel like I actually get know you. And it's kind of that line of communication that's up through. So that's what I love most about this. It's kind of bringing it together.
Yeah.
Also giving a voice to those that might not I didn't even know you streamed,
Yeah, no, I didn't know you didn't know I streamed.
So but others might not know that you stream as well,
Exactly.
So that's kind of how the cycle
No, I know.
So I absolutely love it, man. And dude, it was.
No, a lot of that goes to I don't be promoting myself.
I respect that so much,
man. That either, so I don't do that.
I respect that.
If you see my name and you just follow it, yeah, go ahead. I don't sit there going, yeah, I'm here, I'm there, I stream, I this.
Yeah, I recently had a problem with that inside my Discord.
Yeah, see how that goes.
Yeah, just kind of the self promo and things like that. Kind of have to maintain out of control. But dude, thank you.
Yeah, most
definitely. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast, man. Everybody that is
it's been a pleasure,
tuning in right now that has gotten to this point, you gotta go show my man Bag of Donuts, Joey Bag of Donuts, some love over on Twitch.
If you want no filter, you come here. I make my coffee no filter.
Extra black. I love it. Guys, if you are listening to this on the audio experience, if you just go to Twitch and type in Bag of Donuts with 2 S's at the very end, you do all caps bag, lowercase of, and then all caps donuts with 2 S's at the end, you will find my man. For everybody else, the links will be down in the descriptions below. Go show this man some love. He is New York tried and true. You do not know what's going to come out of his mouth, but whatever it is going to be hilarious. I can guarantee you. You heard it here first. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Slevtek's Roundtable. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Have a great rest of your day.